And every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know. Yeah, whoa, East Coast with that gang gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast, go ahead, stand up. Put that glass and hands up. Gang, we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. True love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, Drip so sick, I'm queasy, whoa. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang,
he's heating up.
West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang. Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed the fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
The Second Amendment, like all other rights, is not absolute.
Shit is gonna go down.
We need to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Would that include a bullet from this gun?
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, you ain't black.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 23 hundo and 12 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pincast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? Ooh, we're zoomed in. It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2, flexing on all
fucking Catalina wine.
Fucking Catalina wine. Let's get Rufus back on the screen.
Fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Gotta zoom that bad boy out a little bit. All right, fam, welcome to the show. Welcome to the man stream. It's episode 2312. There we go. Much better. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come one, come all. Let's make some sick fucking gains. It is Ask Papa Swolio Live. Put those nips together. All right. So you can start dropping your questions in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Of course, you could join the fam over at swolenormousx.com. And reminder, if you want to submit a question for the show and maybe you can't catch it live, or you just want to be featured and you want to get priority access to Ask Papa Swolio, make sure you go to askpapaswolio.com to submit a question. Also, we have an accountability meeting tomorrow, September 5th at 12 p.m., 12 noon Eastern time. So don't miss out on that private episode. Don't miss episodes anymore. Don't miss episodes of your favorite man cast. Now let's get a little bit of that little tainty boy. Oh, the tainty cast. The tainty cast. Look at that sexy beach. Look at the tainty cam. Very nice. Get a little round of applause. Very nice. Very nice. Good job, Rufus. You're looking good. You're looking extra tainty today. Extra tainty. All right, let's take the first question. Let's get into some questions. Here we go. Well, let's see here. Did I open these back up? Oh, these were all backwards. Hold on a second. So we don't need that. We don't need Swole fan post today. I don't know why that was open. Let's get rid of that. Oh, okay. Dun 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 dun. Da-na-na, 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 da-na-na. All right, here we go. First question of the day. Let's go with 3 EWOD. 3 EWOD. Whatever. From Shitstagram, Papa Swolio, I want to start bodybuilding, but I don't know how to start. Well, head on over to swolenormousx.com and download the 7 Pillars ebook. Now, we don't focus primarily on bodybuilding. We do have awesome programs for that, like Swole Season. But if you want to like actually compete, that's a whole different realm. If you want to build a lot of muscle, then you can do so inside Swolenormous X. I would recommend not making the same mistakes that millions of people do by eating garbage food, dirty bulking, and saying those bad habits. So I recommend you go and download the 7 Pillars ebook. You could also check the description and show notes down below if you're watching or listening to this. I would make sure you go and do that. That way you are building a foundation for your health while you build muscle. That's a much better way to go about it. So I don't know if you mean bodybuilding in terms of competing or just aesthetically or just developing your muscles proportionally. So a lot of people think that's superficial. I disagree. It's very important to build muscles that are the reason why it's aesthetically pleasing to the eye to have proportion. It's because those muscles are developed proportionately, and muscle size, muscle strength, that's all going to be comparable. So if you have more aesthetics, chances are you're going to have more mobility, more flexibility in terms, not say flexibility, but more mobility. You're going to have better joint alignment oftentimes if you have proper muscle activation. So it doesn't always directly correlate, but it certainly can. And if you're focusing on every muscle and giving each one the proper attention, you are going to avoid a lot of pitfalls like injuries and things like that. So I think bodybuilding in terms of building muscles proportionately and symmetrically, not everyone, I'm not talking about to be judged on stage. What I mean is when you are, I mean in terms of strength, in terms of balance. Okay, let's see. Darren, where are you getting your wood clubs from? I get them from Great Britain, from a website. I forget the name. I think it's Body Mind Fit, I think. They're not cheap, but I love some wood clubs, so you can go and check out some things over there too. Your back hurts when you do push-ups. Why? Where? Your back hurts when you do push-ups. I don't understand what that means. Why would your back hurt when you do push-ups? Like when you're at the bottom, when you retract? Need some more insight on that. Need some more insight on that. Let's see. Terry, Papa Swolio, I have sciatica in my left leg. Is there some good exercises that can help reduce some of the pain associated with it? Sources or PT resources? Yoga. You need to start practicing your yoga and foam rolling, getting in there to the piriformis, making sure that you're doing actual mobility training. That's coming from an impairment. That's coming from joint imbalance. That's coming from muscle tightness and irritation. So for a lot of people, the piriformis, the sciatic nerve actually runs through the piriformis muscle. And yeah, I would definitely not recommend doing chiropractic or anything for that. I would personally just not recommend it. People can make their own decisions, but I would recommend that you are doing yoga. Foam rolling can help tremendously. Have you done the Swollen 7 repair? Have you checked out the foam rolling master classes and the foam rolling sections inside the 90-day dash and such? Because if you get in there, you can really open some shit up if you're foam rolling your piriformis. Get like a tennis ball or something, or a foam roller. Ooh. Pigeon pose is excellent. So activating the gluteus medius and the gluteus minimus. The new Swolgo that I put out is great for reducing or for mobilizing the muscles of the glutes as well. How many of you have tried the brand new Swolgo that dropped? That's available if you haven't checked it out. After I get up from doing push-ups, I'm still not clear as to why do you mean your back hurts? Your lower back? Like where in your back? Because that's definitely not normal. That's definitely not normal. So I don't know what I would recommend. Try these things. As long as there's no pain, like discomfort's one thing. Dead hangs are fantastic. Doing scapular depressions from a dead hang position is great. Doing activation like cobras, or if you're a member of Swolenormous X, go into the shoulder awareness program in the program vault and start activating the middle and lower traps and the rhomboids and the posterior rotator cuff. Terry, I've done a little foam rolling and it helped my back. Well, it's starting from your hips and from your back. It's starting from that tightness and that imbalance in your hips and stuff. And that can definitely be exacerbated if you're bending over in a certain position or standing for long periods of time. That can aggravate things like sciatic issues. Have you done dead hangs? Are you doing any kind of inversion? Like some of these things can reduce pressure that might be impinging on that nerve. Is it definitely sciatic issues? Is it radiating down to your toes? Is that for sure what it is? Just saying, a lot of people think when they have like a pain in their neck that it's a nerve, and it's just a muscle. Because nerve pain isn't a little pinch. Nerve pain radiates because it's like an electrical cord. It goes all the way down to the end of the nerve. So nerve pain radiates. Nerve pain radiates. Muscle pain is like a pinch. A lot of people are like, oh, I have a pinched nerve. Like, oh, it hurts. That's not a nerve. That's a muscle. In most cases, I will say. Maybe there's some, in all my experience, that's what it is. Yeah, check out the yoga and the Swolga. Pigeon pose is excellent. And remember, Terry, if you can't get into a full pigeon pose on the ground, make sure you use a pillow or a bolster or a block. You can also do pigeon pose on an incline bench. These are great ways that you can modify pigeon pose. Nikki V from the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Nikki V, I have noticed when I am doing some Swolga and some mobility movements that my left hip pops on certain movements. It's not painful, but I can definitely feel it. And the sound is awful. Should I be concerned? If there's no pain, usually no problem. I mean, I have cracks and sometimes things pop. If it's not painful, that's a good sign. You can feel it. Sometimes I feel my lower back, kind of moving, like the discs kind of boom, boom. If you improve mobility enough, a lot of times you might feel things shifting around, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. You can go get it checked out if you want to get an MRI and stuff like that. That's expensive and it's probably not necessary. In many cases, or I would say most cases, if there's no pain, there's no problem. In most cases, of course, it's not a diagnosis. So in most cases, no pain, no problem. So if my hip pops, sometimes you'll move or I'll turn boom, and then Mama Swolio will laugh because I'm like, oh shit, like you're getting old, haha. But it doesn't hurt. So, I mean, it's just like a boom. And if it's once in a while, if it's happening all the time and it's uncomfortable, or there's like a dull ache or something, that can be something you want to check out. But my ankle cracks all the time. Sometimes your shoulder, you make it a circle and boom, 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 you might have like some clicking or some ligaments or things rubbing. So it doesn't mean that it's bad automatically. Olive M.I. Papa Swolio, when did you start taking fitness seriously? In high school. I mean, seriously, it depends on what that means. I started really training towards the end of high school and in college. Yeah. All right, let's take a, we got a call from Mark. Mark, let's get after it.
Hey, Papa, hope you're doing well, and I hope those nips have been sunned today.
They have.
I just had a question.
And they will be.
What are your thoughts on those trans-abled people?
That was it? The trans-abled people? I don't even know. How do you define that? What are we talking about here? What's a trans-abled person? Trans-abled person? I don't even know how to answer that question. There's so many different intersectional victim groups. I don't know what to, I don't know how you define that. What's a trans-able person? Is that someone who's trans, or is that... I appreciate the call in, Mark. I have no idea how to answer that question. So I don't know if you're watching live. Let's see. I think you should, I mean, in terms of popping and cracking, Jeremy says, every morning is pop and crack city for me. Thankfully, none of it is painful. That's why you should do some mobility, do some swole, do a swollen 7 mobility first thing in the morning, bend, twist, do a dead hang. That's the best. Do some dead hangs first thing. Saran, what's up? Good day, Papa. Good day to you, sir. A good day, madam, sir. Since I'm working out to lose weight, should I stop drinking whiskey entirely, or should I reduce the amount of it? It would behoove you to not drink. It's not healthy for you. It's not benefiting you. People say, well, it's important to be entertained. It's important to relax. And I mean, it's not good for your health. So if you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to reduce stress and you're trying to reduce cortisol, and it's bad for your brain, it's bad for your hydration. So yes, absolutely reduce the amount of it. It's also empty calories. So yeah, it's definitely not, it's not benefiting you. But what else are you doing? What else are you doing in terms of your 7 pillars? What else are you doing? Nick copied and pasted the trans-abled thing. Let's see. People who are considered able-bodied by others. Oh, so trans-able. So it's not trans. It's like, I mean, you could take this back to organic chemistry, right? Trans fat is just like, you know, rotations of carbons and hydrogens and shit. People who are considered able-bodied by others and want to become, okay, that's right. I forgot. Some of these things are so stupid and ridiculous. You forget. People who are considered able-bodied by others and want to become disabled or acquire an impairment by transforming their bodies, that's right. They want an amputation, right? They want to have an amputation. It's a hardcore mental disorder. Hardcore mental disorder. Like, what do I think? So Mark's question was, what do I think about that? I think it's fucking insane. I think it's insane. It doesn't mean that the person, the individual, doesn't really, really want that. I mean, I've seen people that try to, isn't there an alien guy who has his fingers, so it's like 4 or something like that? He had them removed. People are fucking weird. People are weird. Some people fuck animals. Some people fuck kids. Catholic Church in the house. Catholic Church has left the chat. And the Pope has left the chat. Get it? Get it? People are fucking weird. So what do I think about it? I think it's crazy. And I think these people have serious mental disturbances. I mean, you can't keep someone from doing it themselves, but yeah, I don't think it should be something that, I don't know. They need to be in a padded room, you know, and they need serious help. What do I think about it? I think it's crazy. You're like, well, if they want to do that, no. Loretta saw a video on a woman who blinded herself. But that's the thing. Like, how are you going to stop someone from pouring bleach in their eyes or something crazy like that? You can't. Crazy people are going to crazy. Crazy people are going to crazy. Let's take a little Rufus reprieve after the self-blinding questions. Oh, Heidi, I thought about making myself deaf, ... But I don't think that's a mental thing. Just tired of hearing all the bullshit. Oh! That's fucking bullshit. All right, Heidi. Nice. Nice one. Good troll. I like it. Rufus, what you doing, buddy? What you doing, Bubba? Look at his head. He's slowly, look, there you go. You got to go for the hang. There you go. Very nice. Nice.
I gave it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
Don't forget, fam, hashtag Swole Privilege for a chance to win today's Swole card. It's Ask Papa Swolio Live. Let those questions fly. We'll be here for, we got more questions. Tyler, Papa Swolio, did you hear about the boy who got shot and killed from the daughter's dad for breaking into their house? Thoughts? I did see that when it came out. I don't know the full story. Like, he was trying to push into the house. I don't know what the father knew of the guy, but you're trying to break into someone's house against their desires or against their, like, who knows? People kill each other all the time. You know? I mean, I don't know the full story, but I remember seeing like some kind of like a clip of the video. If you're trying to enter someone's home against their wishes, then that's what the Second Amendment is there for. Yeah. Your property, someone's trying to get into your house, you have that right and that ability to defend yourself and your home and your property. No question about it. I don't know the whole story, though. But from what I saw, it looked like he pushed in, but I just can't recall it right now. Did anyone else see it? So I heard about it. I don't have thoughts because I don't really have all the details. But bottom line, I don't care who it is. You're trying to break in forcefully against someone's wishes. Don't go into someone's house. If they tell you get off their property, get the fuck off their property. People are on drugs. People are mentally unstable. Who the fuck knows? I don't care who they are. Some people have issues with their family members. It doesn't matter if you're related or not. You can have poor relationships. You can't pick your family. You can't choose your family. Pandemonium. The guy was an ex being creepy, attempted to break in, and the dad warned him he had a gun and he continued. Yeah, I remember that. He's like, get off my property, get out of here. And then he came in the door. It's the same thing. What I did see was, remember that video that was going viral? It's so stupid because anyone who is trying to be like anti-cop or anti-gun is going to take that and be like, look how horrible it is. But remember the other day, some guy was like arrested for murder or murder suspect. And the girl, like the 15-year-old girl in New York City, was harassing and assaulting and like attacking an officer. And he literally just fucking knocked her out. And everyone's like, oh my God, that was horrible. Don't attack a cop and you're not going to get knocked the fuck out. Don't reach for anything that looks like a gun. Don't make any quick movements into your pockets and you won't get shot. Don't resist arrest and you won't get shot or your ass kicked or tased. I'm not saying cops don't make mistakes, but yeah, play stupid games. You're going to win stupid prizes. Hey, there's a cop coming after me. Let me run away and reach into my pocket. You're going to get lit the fuck up. As you should, because you'd made a stupid choice and the cop doesn't know if you're going to wheel around and fucking kill him. It's just, don't be stupid. Don't be a fucking idiot. It's shocking how hard that is to get across, but I mean, it's gonna strengthen our species. You know, Darwin Awards left and right. Mike from Texas on Instagram, new follower here. Hey, Mike, glad to see you around here. What's with the taint joke? Why length matters? It matters because the plastics and phthalates and toxic waste in our food and especially phthalates in fragrances, in plastics, it actually negatively affects testosterone production. It masculinizes women and girls and feminizes boys, which is a huge problem. Same thing with GMO and soy and these types of things. But exposure to them in the fetus or in vitro, not in vitro, but like when women are pregnant, I mean, will negatively affect. So boys with shorter taints are going to be more feminine. They're going to have lower testosterone production. And this is a result of these environmental endocrine disruptors. So taint length matters. You want that large taint. If you want to listen more, this kind of all stemmed from the book, The Countdown, from Dr. Shayna Swan, who's on Rogan like a year ago or 2 years ago, wherever it was. And that really got more popular then. We've been talking about BPA and plastics and shit like that. It's been terrible, but now there's just more evidence of like specifically what was going on with those things. And remember, there's another reason why you want to avoid genetically modified foods, because these foods, their corn, for example, and soy are genetically modified so they can spray them with pesticides and glyphosate and such. So these crops are genetically modified to resist that specific pesticide. So these pesticides will kill, literally pesticide, it will kill any living thing on that cornfield except that corn plant. So you're consuming all of that shit. Not to mention corn is fucking worthless. It's worthless. Everyone's like, this stuff on TikTok, like corn, it has the juices. It doesn't. It has no juice. Corn is disgusting rock bullshit. It's disgusting. You know why you like corn? Because you put butter all over it and salt. Ooh, it tastes good. So would shoe leather. You put real fucking food on it, like butter and salt. Oh, it tastes good. It's dog shit. Take out a piece of corn and just eat it. It's fucking rock. It's disgusting. Oh, but it's so moist and juicy. If you like saturate it with water and then you put butter, you put fat, you put animal fat all over it. Well, it's so good. You don't say. People just they're so desperate for nutrition when they finally, because butter is so bad for you, but if you put a little bit on corn, it's okay. They finally get some fat and salt and they mistake it for the fucking corn. Corn's gross. It's not food. It's not food, especially the corn that people get today. It's all genetically modified. It's dog shit. It's terrible for people. You want to watch a great documentary on that? Watch King Corn. You get on Amazon for like $3. King Corn. It'll explain it shows how to make high fructose corn syrup with like corrosive chemicals, and it's disgusting. This is from like 2007. This is not new shit. Yeah, I love how it's a classic thing, right? You find corn in your shit. It's because your body doesn't absorb it. You just eat it and it comes right out. It's worthless. You're better off just eating the butter. N. Pirelli. Papa Swole has calorie deficit, whey, creatine, and go to the fucking gym every day for real. The best way to lose body fat. It is not. I never said that. I say go to the fucking gym. I have no idea what you're doing. Why a calorie deficit? You don't need a calorie deficit to lose body fat. You need to cut out the inflammatory foods, get better sleep, get enough protein. You could be maintaining your caloric intake and be maintaining muscle mass and building some muscle mass and getting rid of that extra useless energy on your body. Not all of it. You need some fat on your body, but to lose extra body fat. Whey is irrelevant. You don't need that. You could just drink raw milk, for example. You get access to that. Creatine's fine. It's found in red meat. Going to the fucking gym, but what are you doing at the gym? That's a great start. I would recommend going to swolenormoussex.com and downloading the 7 pillars and getting those foundations locked in. Thanks for the question, bro. Okay. All right. Cubs Colts fan. Okay. Best lifts for stubborn chest fat. You're not going to remove chest fat with any lift. So you can't spot reduce fat. So that's an irrelevant question. You got to start looking. If you have chest fat, if you have bitch tits, for example, then you need to cut down on those estrogenic foods, get rid of the soy, get rid of the corn. I would just go for meat and fruit, grass-fed beef, get some fruit, start lifting heavy, practice yoga, all 7 pillars, get quality sleep every night. You're not going to spot reduce fat. So you need to lower your cortisol, lower your estrogen, and all those things. I'm not a hormone expert, but there's so many endocrine disruptors. People say like, how do I get what exercise for stubborn chest fat? But they're putting like Axe body spray and all these absolute aluminum and titanium dioxide and all these phthalates in their shampoos and body washes and, fucking Old Spice and all this trash. And then you wonder why you have tits like a woman. Just saying. Again, Heidi with the Heidi from downtown. Fucking, we'll call you Heidi Curry. Dropping threes over here. Heidi says when you eat real nutritious food, it's hard to eat more calories. That's some fucking America right there. Fuck yeah! Heidi dropping that knowledge clit over here. Will, what's your current program when you go to the fucking gym, or do you just work on whatever you feel like doing that day? Upper, lower body. I'll do chest and back, or I'll do arms, or I'll do upper body in general or legs. And if I'm feeling really sore and tight, I'll just do some club work and I'll do some mobility. And same thing for legs. I don't necessarily, because I'll do legs, I'll do lower body pretty much every other day. But if I'm feeling sore and feeling tight, I might just do some mobility stuff and just go light. Doesn't mean I do squats every other day. So yesterday, I recently got, well, yesterday, 2 days ago, I got in a new barbell. So I did some, I guess, plie squats, or it's kind of like standing hack squats, whatever. I did some squats yesterday. So I don't necessarily do squats every leg workout, but I'll train legs every other day. So maybe like chest and back, legs, arms, legs, chest and back, legs. So I'll do upper, lower, upper, lower, upper, lower. And then if I'm sore, I just take a day off or I just do mobility. So I just plan to train more frequently. So I do less volume. So I'm not as sore, but I focus on the things I really need to do and I crush those things. Like I'm sore. And tomorrow, if I'm really tight and really sore, I might just do some kettlebell swings. I might just do some mobility strength training, like some Jefferson curls or things for legs. Or maybe so I'll warm up and then see where that takes me. And then I'll adjust my overload. So today was kind of going to be like an arm day, but 2 days ago I did chest and back, but didn't do a lot of volume. So I'll probably do some ring pull-ups. I'll probably do some chest dips. And then we'll see if I just do some upper body push pull like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any isolation for arms, but that's the flow. That's what I've been doing lately. I feel like that I've really been enjoying that, playing around with that for a while, because that's been giving me the most versatility, because I know that I'm training every day. It just is going to look different. So you're like, well, isn't it bad to train every day? No, it's amazing to train every day. I just don't go super heavy, PR, overload myself every day. So if I feel really sore today and stiff, then maybe I'll just do some Swolga, or maybe I'll just do some sauna and cold plunge, or maybe I'll just do some mobility. You know, swinging a 5, 10, 15 pound club, that's not a fucking brutal workout. It can be, but just doing a little mobility, swinging, getting out in the sun, doing some side squats and doing you're moving your body. You're aiding in the recovery. So don't just sit around and do nothing. And that's the best way. I don't like separating the body parts and doing like shoulder day. I don't like things being that pushed apart. I don't think they get hit often enough. I'd rather do more frequency and less volume and just focus and target I like training more often and doing less volume per workout, but more frequently. That's how I like doing it lately. In the past, I used to do a ton of volume and do it less frequently, once a week. And I'm not into that. Not anymore. Not anymore. And then if you need a day off, or you just need some general overload recovery, taking a day from doing heavy training, everything gets pushed back one day. It's not like a huge, it doesn't push off some of these workouts or body parts 8 days or 9 days out from hitting them subsequently. Heidi, Papa Swolio, how do you make 5 pounds of fat look good on a woman? Put a nipple on it? Ha, doesn't. All right. Nice. All right. We'll take a couple more questions. Drop in the comments, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. From Foster25 on Instagram, Papa Swolio, do you consider CrossFit training as going to the fucking gym? I mean, people always ask me my opinions on CrossFit. I think it's generally not a good idea for most people. A lot of people like the community. They like to feel exhausted, but it just leads to tons of injuries. It doesn't individualize the training enough. It's explosive, highly technical moves for time. I mean, it's injury ridden, and it's a lot more than it's not ideal for what most people want. Most people want a physique. They want to lose fat. They want to feel great. Beating yourself into the fucking ground with high risk movements for time is not the best way for longevity, but it doesn't mean you can't do it better than other places. It's just one of the problems with CrossFit is that they just shotgun their brand across the world. because they were pulling in ridiculous amounts of profit from certifications and from licensing. So if you have, I don't know what it is now, but it's like 5-10 grand a year, maybe at least, I don't know, to have so-and-so CrossFit in the gym title. You have to pay CrossFit. You have to pay a CrossFit. And they used to certify anyone and everyone. And you can't do an Olympic lifting certification in like a day or two. That's fucking insane. I think their requirements are a little bit more now, but that's why it got such a bad reputation. It blew up really fast, but that's because it got really popular. So you just slap CrossFit on a fucking, I don't know, on the back of a U-Haul. And then people would, and like, hey, we're going to run around a parking lot. I mean, they did great in scamming people into thinking that that's a good idea, just pounding yourself on pavement after doing like heavy deadlifts for 10 minutes. Let's run a mile right after that. It's like, great, smart. So they had underqualified people doing highly dangerous exercises, and it got really big. So tons of injuries, got a bad reputation, still blew up really in a big way. And doesn't mean that some people didn't know what they were talking about, but, you know, I would say each individual place, depending on what the type of training, you can call it a CrossFit gym and do proper periodization. So it depends on, you know, so it's kind of a blanket thing to say like, hey, all of them are the same. It's like anything else. Some doctors know what they're doing and some are fucking idiots, but they're all called doctor. There's a lot of CrossFit gyms. I'm not going to call it a box because fuck you. There are a lot of CrossFit gyms that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like trainers. A lot of trainers don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're idiots and they hurt people. And there's some people who have what's called a CrossFit gym, but they might actually have some kind of programming and actually do good instructionals and really on-ramp people properly. So, but more often than not, it's not the best way to get involved with fitness, in my opinion, in my experience. I've done CrossFit classes before and there was no rhyme or reason. It was just about leaving in a puddle of sweat and doing things that are borderline impossible to accomplish. So people feel like they're really pushing hard and doing crazy shit and throwing things around and dropping weights and, you know, doing deadlifts and cleans and shit like that for time is retarded. Highly technical lifts with overload when you're exhausted for time, not smart. It doesn't mean that cleans themselves are bad. It doesn't mean that deadlifts themselves are bad. It doesn't mean that rope climbs themselves are bad, but you can see what I mean. Combining all those and then running 2 miles on pavement in lifting shoes. I mean, there's some stupid shit out there. Will, when you started doing yoga, did you do it more frequently for a shorter amount of time each day, or did you just include it once in a while throughout the week? I'm interested in starting up to do some yoga, but I'm curious on how much I should do throughout the week. It depends. I would just be consistent with it. That's the most important thing. The time doesn't matter because that's going to solve itself. If you like doing it a lot, you're going to want to do longer classes. So if you do three days a week for 30 minutes and you love it, you're going to start doing 4 days a week or an hour on your own. So I would make it consistent. Whatever it is, be consistent with it and then follow it deeper if you enjoy it more and see what works best for you. Because we have 30-minute classes, we have 60-minute classes, you know. So when I started doing it, I went through periods where I did it a ton and I was doing it 4 or 5 days a week and I was doing Bikram style flows, hot yoga, and I was doing that like a ton. And then periods where I am now where I'm doing more Swole and I'm doing more mobility than I am just doing standard yoga classes. The mobility, doing strength training with weights through a full range of motion has given me more results than I ever imagined. So just stretching is not the best idea. You want to do proper mobility training. And yoga is a great component for that. So you might go through different phases where you like doing it more or less, or like we've talked about before, doing like heavy or hard power yoga or vinyasa flows is not ideal when you're pairing that up with strength training. So you got to be careful. That's why yin and recovery flows can be much more beneficial, and doing those other harder ones less frequently or when you really feel recovered. So you don't want to be doing vinyasa 3 with strength training the same day. You can really overdo it. Let's see. Sid Jones, almost 49. I'm fairly active in in terms of mobility and moderate walking, 4 to 6 a day. What does that mean? 4 to 6 miles a day? Looking to start free weights for strength training to build muscle. Yeah, don't wait. You look like you have muscle in your profile picture. For someone my age, training time is less more, meaning 3 or 4 days a week over 5 to 6. If you haven't lifted, then start with 3 to 4. Do like 3 total body workouts. I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily less is more. It really depends on what you're adapted to. So I'm 39. I'm crushing workouts. I'm going to be doing the same type of training, crushing workouts. I might evolve and adapt to doing different things by the time I'm 50, but it really depends on what your body is adapted to. So if you're new to training, I don't care what age you are, you should be starting off with like lower volume for sure. And, moderate frequency, maybe like 3 or 4 days a week, total body or upper lower, not doing a ton, not pushing, crushing to failure. It's better when you first start to not be sore the next day than to be so sore you can't train for a few days. So it's better to do less. Like if you're doing chest, do 1 or 2, like you pick an exercise and maybe you're doing like 1 or 2 sets and you're not really pushing to failure. And then you see how you feel the next couple of days and you can gradually increase. A lot of people go in, they do like, 3 sets of 10 for 3 exercises and they can't move their fucking arms for 2 weeks. But I would say as you get older, depending if you're doing TRT and X, Y, and Z, I would say as you get older, in general, more frequency, less volume. I don't think you should be doing 2 days a week or 3 days a week, a ton. I think you should be doing it, if anything, do it more frequently and less volume. Like I'm doing. I'm doing 3. I feel like I'm kind of playing around with my training so I can segue and easily, ramp into the future. So I'm doing upper, lower, and I'm just playing it by ear. Hey, I'm really sore today. Okay, I'm just going to do a little light mace, get out in the sun, stretch a little bit, do some mobility, sauna, cold plunge. That's good for today. The next day, like I feel great. I'm going to crush a fucking leg workout. I feel like heavy squats today. I feel awesome. Awesome. So like if it's a leg day, I'll do a couple sets on the reverse sled. That's a standard warm up. So I'll put a plate or 2 on. I'll just drag it. And if I feel really good, cool. And then that'll lead me into the next exercise. If I feel really tight, I'm like, oh God, I just feel kind of drained. Cool. Then I might just do a little bit of mobility, keep it light. And then the next day I'll do upper body. And if I feel like crushing that, I will. If I feel like just doing more mobility, if I'm worn down, then I'll just do some more mobility. And then the next day will be leg day. And if I feel great, then I'll fucking crush it. I think that's a much better approach. That's a much better approach for me right now. Good question. Good question. All right, a little tainty reprieve. We got time for maybe a couple more questions. He's twitching. He got a bath last night and he's all smelling good. He's smelling sexy. Very nice. Let's see. We got a question from Nancy. In the Telegram chat. I started the knee, hip, and ankle mobility last week to supplement my knee rehab. It's exactly the change I needed. Awesome. Which Swolga session do you recommend to add for knee mobility? You're gonna have to just try it and see what I off the top of my head, I don't know what Swolga sessions there are. I know the one that I posted on Monday, the one that we released this past week is great if you're able to do it. It's great for the hips. It's hip rotation. So don't get it twisted. I mean, if you have, in the sense, get it, don't get it twisted, hip rotation, get it. But when it comes to knee mobility, many of the knee muscles or the muscles that tie into the knee and cross the knee joint also cross the hip joint. Hamstring muscles can cross both. The rectus femoris crosses both. So like the TFL crosses or attaches onto the iliotibial band that goes into the tibia. So you have a lot of muscles that cross both. So if you want to improve your knee health, you need to improve your hip health. Hip mobility is a partner. Hip mobility, ankle mobility, they're all together. Because if you have impairments at the foot, you're going to have issues at the hip. If you have issues at the hip, it can lead to problems with the foot. So that's why the feet are so important. If you're wearing heels and you're in shoes all the time and, it's sending issues all the way up to the top of your fucking head. Because if you have imbalances at your ankle, it's everything else is Jenga-ing in order to keep you vertical and keep you balanced. Fucking Clown 210, he ain't lying. What foods do you eat in order to keep your amazing build? Grass-fed beef, organ meats, fruit, quality sleep. Bingo, bango, bongo, bingo. Raw dairy, been loving raw milk and cream and things like that. Raw cheese. So just animal foods and fruit. Have not had white rice, have not had sweet potatoes. Don't miss them, don't need them, feel better without them. I'm just going down that road. If I feel like having a sweet potato, then I'll have a sweet potato. I used to eat them a lot more. I haven't in a while, and I don't miss them. Dates, raw honey. I get plenty of carbs. Sam Curran official, best way to do a leg day is to not skip it. Fucking go to the gym.
He's on fire!
Inconceivable!
I would say do some reverse sled. Make sure you're practicing your mobility. People underestimate what mobility is. They don't really understand. Mobility is not like swinging your leg back and forth or doing a couple squats. That's not mobility. Mobility is not stretching. Or I should say mobility is not stretching. It's strength through a full range of motion, which means for something like Jefferson curls, when you're stretching with the weights or you're doing a pancake split where they're seated or straddle with like a club or a plate on your back, like you are strengthening through that full range of motion. Good mornings, hip hinge work. Those things are mobility. And the best way, when you say best way to do a leg day, there is no best way. Depends on what you need. Kentalar. Papa Swolio, gym exercise for arms, shoulders, and back. These I fucking hate these questions. Gym exercise for arms, shoulders, and back. That's a Google search. I appreciate the question, but I'm not going to sit here and just list off fucking exercises. I hate that shit.
Matt Damon.
Gym exercises. No, I'm not giving you a fucking back and arms and shoulders workout from a fucking question. Gym exercises. There's many. There's 1,000 exercises. Show up to a live stream and let's get into more details. Like ask a question that's a general question is going to get a general answer. And I'm pretty spent on general questions. I don't have patience for really, really general. Like, how do I lose body fat? Come on, put in a little fucking effort. Go in the description, go to the website where we have just tons of resources. Listen to 2,312 episodes of talking about that. You know, put a little effort in. Don't burn me, put a little effort in. And if you have a question, I'm more than happy to answer. You know that. This is really why we're here all the time, just trying to answer your questions and pass along some advice. But if you have a general question, it's just going to, one, probably piss me off, and just, you're going to get a general answer that's not going to help you at all. Like, let's get specific. Let's get to the fucking details. Like, how do I lose fat? Fuck you. Fuck you. How about you Google search for 2 seconds? You're probably not going to find great information there anyway, but. Oh, he's, we got a little action with the Tainty Man. What do we got here? You okay, buddy? He's whimpering and doing something over there. All right. Oh my God, these fucking questions. God damn it. Matt Rose. What do you do for biceps and triceps? I lift some fucking weights. God damn it. What do I do for biceps and triceps? I fucking do exercises. Curls, extensions, different types of them. What do I... Did I get it? Did I put a soundboard for... I didn't upload, I don't think. Or did I? Did I put that anywhere? Maybe I didn't. I thought I... Yeah, maybe I didn't add that one yet. Oh man, we're crashing and burning here with the questions. All right, any last questions here on the live stream? Let's see. Oh fuck. Let's get rid of some of these questions because these are terrible. We're going down the toilet. This is literally, we're spiraling down the drain right now. All of a sudden, there were great questions. Now they're just... Live questions are always great. The Instagram ones can be really shitty. Plus, there's not a lot of space, so you can't really... It's not really optimized for... That's why if you want to ask a question, go to askpapaswolio.com and ask your question. How to grow chest with body weight. Struggling. Hell, Papa. start lifting some fucking weights. Do push-ups, do deep push-ups, do ring dips, like slow time under tension, get a weight vest. I mean, one arm push-ups, like you're going to be limited. You need overload. Have someone sit on your back. I don't know. You're only going to be able to build so much, you know, get some rings, but then you have to buy something. So it's body weight, but ring dips are amazing. Jesus Christ, I have no idea. Nick, favorite credible YouTube fitness influencers. They make those? Like people you would consider in your league of knowledge and information. Oh, I'm not going to answer this question from like an ego standpoint. Like in my league, I don't even know what's going on. I honestly don't know what's going on YouTube. I have not been paying attention to YouTube at all. Favorite credible YouTube? I don't watch YouTube for fitness. Straight up. I really don't consume a lot of fitness content. If I do, I look something up, or if I look up some kind of like technical shit, I don't have a lot of questions. I don't. And I'm not saying this because I don't know everything. I'm not like, oh, I'm better than everyone else. I don't spend time watching fitness content. I don't spend time watching fitness content. So what are you looking to do? And I don't even watch stuff. Like I don't know who's doing what. In terms of nutrition, I mean, Paul Saladino's got great stuff when it comes to animal-based dieting, and from a medical standpoint, like he knows all the technicals and shit like that in terms of nutrition. But I don't watch anyone's content, especially on YouTube. Not fitness content, and that's just the reality. Terry, you should develop frequently asked questions and refer them to the website. You can't waste time. No, I'm not going to create FAQs. You can literally listen to any of these 2,312 episodes. And on the blog, like you can refer them to the website. Then go to the fucking website and download the 7 pillars, which will answer a lot of those questions. Like it's already there. No, should I do more? I'm not trolling you, Terry. Should I go live more often? I can't do more than 2,312 days in a row of answering questions and putting these in episodes. Do a little work, do a little research, click the links, go to the blog, download the 7 Pillars ebook. There's like 40 pages that will break it all down. Answer many of those questions. Yeah, I don't watch YouTube, and we post clips and stuff like, but a lot of you know that I'm not making YouTube. I mean, I know I'm streaming this on YouTube too, but I'm not doing videos. Like maybe I'll get back into it, but I'm really not making content. I used to do a lot of like the Drive Mole Gainings and NOC and stuff on YouTube, but now we just really post a lot of clips because YouTube shadow banned the fuck out of me. So it just became not worthwhile to prioritize YouTube content. So it's mostly been Instagram and TikTok. So that's where the focus has been. I'm not bending over backwards for YouTube. They don't distribute my content, even to the people that follow. So it's not, they made it not worth my time. Let's see. Jim Bro Life, really love your content. Thank you. Found some pics of me from 2 years ago yesterday. So tiny. Really nice to see how far diet and training got me in 2 years. Planning on doing a show next year. Boss. Good for you. Cerny, how do you get swole privilege? By banging your ear holes with the man cast. Fuck yeah. Oh, God, that's a tough question. Oh, shit. Vinny, what's your all-time favorite comedy movie? Obviously not a fitness question, but curious about the man behind this wall. All-time favorite comedy movie? Like most things, I don't pick favorites. Mama Swolio and I, we love Beer Fest. It's one of our favorite movies to watch together. We love Beer Fest. Her favorite movie, and that's not what you asked, is Princess Bride. I love that movie too. Princess Bride is great, obviously.
Inconceivable! Inconceivable!
God, I like a lot of comedy movies. I'm trying to think now. What other movies do I like? I don't even know. There's so many movies I've seen that are just awesome. Goddamn brewery. And I drink 38 off the assembly line. I'm the asshole. Fucking landfill. I don't know if that's my favorite, but I don't buy a lot of movies, but I have that in my Amazon Prime shit. Such a great movie. That one comes first to mind. Oh, Airplane's great. These are classics. Gym Bro Life, can you make alarm sounds on iTunes if you saying go to the fucking gym? Yeah, we actually have them all ready to go. We're gonna have ringtones and all those ringtones and stuff you're gonna be able to get on papaswolio.com. So we're gonna have all that. Our thing, like, we never get into really like fights. Like Mama Swole, like if she's like, it's frustrating, I'm like, frustrating, 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 frustrating. Holy Grail is great. Oh, Life of Brian is one of mine. So, like, I mean, look, these are all.
The little rascal has spirit?
These soundboards are just like from some of my favorite movies. Tropic Thunder is probably one of the most underrated movies. Anchorman. These are all like, those are like top 5, like Anchorman, Tropic Thunder. Then you have Life of Brian, Beer Fest. Like these are really legendary. Role Models, underrated movie. I'm just trying to think of more. Tommy Boy is great. So how do you pick a favorite? Like, and you don't have to. It's like, this is my favorite. This is one I like the most. Like, I fucking like them all. That's why I don't like to pick favorites. I feel like it's a silly. There's certain things where I know, like, okay, I love that book, or I love. It's just. It's really hard to pick a favorite. Obviously, you know that I don't pick favorites from exercises. Yeah, I think it's almost like if you were stuck on an island and you can only eat you can only do one exercise. What kind of a weird situation is that in? Okay, you can only do one exercise for the rest of your life. Okay, well that would never happen, so it's not even a thought experiment that I've done. It's just a stupid thing to think about. It's a waste of time to even use energy trying to process that. If I had to pick one exercise, it doesn't make any sense. Full Metal Jacket's great. But my Android.
Because Dickens?
Life of Brian is one of my favorite movies. That's top 5 comedy. That might be like those. That might be all of them. That might be like the top comedy movies. I'm trying to look through here on my soundboard. Like, what else we got? I mean, some of these aren't comedy. I'm looking at these buttons. I'm like, well, that's not a comedy. It's like, well, it's comedy when we use them in the show. I forget they're not comedies. It's like, no, well, A Few Good Men's not a comedy.
Ever served in a forward area?
I forget that's not a comedy. I always laugh when I hear the soundboard, but I'm like, oh, that's not a comedy at all. Yeah, I don't watch new movies. I have no interest in watching any of the new movies. There's really nothing good. That comes out. There really isn't. You go through the classics. Mama Swolio hasn't seen a lot of like epically classic movies, so I had to take her through like, Troy is pretty good. I took her to that. She never saw She never saw Gladiator, so I had to show her that a couple weeks ago. She's never seen, she's never seen, I can't wait to watch these movies again. She's never seen Scarface. She's never seen Scarface.
Matt Damon.
She's never seen Braveheart.
Matt Damon.
So I'm showing her all like the epics. I'm showing her all like the real epic films. I got to get her cultured, get her up to speed.
I was kidding! I was only kidding!
If you've never seen Scarface, well, you have a long weekend. Get to fucking work. Scarface was the type of movie that when I had cable, because I don't have cable, I wouldn't flip and watch through TV. But that's the kind of thing that I would see it if it comes up. If it's ever, when you remember, I guess they still have it, right? They have when you go to the guide and it shows like what's on, what time, and it shows like the time blocks. Whenever time you see Scarface, it's just, no matter how many hours you scroll over, it's just the whole line. It's like the purple fucking Scarface, like voomp. No matter what time it is, if it's playing, it's the entire screen of like, if it shows from like 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., it's just the whole thing is Scarface. So no matter how many segments it breaks up in terms of the time blocks, whenever you see Scarface, you just keep on hitting scroll and it just never ends. It just never ends, especially if it's on a channel where they have commercial breaks or some bullshit, which is a crime. You can't watch Scarface on a public channel. I was gonna say Deer Hunter. Yeah, but that's intense movie. That's intense. That's one of the best movies ever made, for sure. Mao. I should get that. I should get the Russian roulette scene. That's one of the most intense scenes ever in a movie. Is the Russian roulette scene. Both of them, the beginning and the end, they're both intense. But that's like that's a long movie. That's an intense movie. I mean, you watch that once or twice, and it burns so deep into your brain that you don't have to watch it multiple times. You can see it once. I mean, once is enough. That's like eating 3 steaks in one sitting. That's a lot of movie. Deer Hunter is a lot of movie. It's a lot of movie. That's like one movie. Some movies you can watch over and over again, even if they're long. That's like, I've seen it. It's like, I've seen Deer Hunter. And it's like, once you've seen it, you've seen it. You don't forget that shit. That's fucking heavy. That's heavy, heavy, heavy. That's a heavy movie. All right, we'll wrap this up. But I've seen a lot of movies from different genres. I love James Cagney movies and Gary Cooper movies. One of my favorite movies of all time is High Noon. Brilliant movie. Love that movie. All the James Cagney movies, White Heat, Public Enemy #1. We got Roaring Twenties. Great fucking movies. Love them. So my mom, like I grew up on black and white movies. I was really close to my grandparents, and my mom always showed me like the classics. So I have like 3 or 4 generations of movie knowledge. I've seen all the Laurel and Hardy. I've seen all the episodes of The Honeymooners. Like I've seen all these old TV series like in completion. So I have a lot of cultural knowledge and like cinematic knowledge that expands way back. I've seen a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Oh, God. Well, good questions. Good questions. I don't watch TV. That's one of the worst things you could do is flip. The new flipping is scrolling online. The new flipping is scrolling. So don't scroll. Don't scroll. Turn off your make your phone black and white. Turn off all your notifications. Don't doom scroll. That's the new form of flipping channels. Flipping. Flipping channels is terrible. It was terrible, but it wasn't as bad because you would flip, there's nothing on, and you would turn it off after a while. And then, of course, when there's more and more channels, there's always something on. And then with the phone, you can just watch whatever you want, whenever you want, so you don't have to flip anymore. You just have it. And there was something weird, I guess like the urgency. When you used to find a movie, remember we used to watch or you flip and you'd find a movie on TV, even though you owned it and you can watch it without commercial breaks. For some reason, when it's on TV, you watch it. There's something maybe like subconsciously, that other people are watching it or there's scarcity. It's only going to be on right now, but you wouldn't take it out of your shelf and put the DVD in or the tape in or whatever it is. So now that everything's on demand, you can just watch whatever you want whenever you want. So there's really no need to flip, except on TikTok, they hijack that flip. So instead of flipping channels, you're just scrolling endlessly. Oh, Rear Window. Now, I don't know if you meant Rear Window. Do you mean the original? I haven't seen the original. Fuck that shit. You talking about the original Hitchcock? That's lights out. That's an epic fucking movie. If you've never seen, she hasn't seen that one either. That's one of the best movies as well. You know, Vertigo is great and Psycho is great. Yeah, Psycho, I wouldn't say it's overrated, but it's just like, I don't care for Psycho as much as I like Rear Window. Rear Window is an excellent fucking movie. Lars Thorwald. Great fucking, how do I remember that shit? Telling you, this amount of space in my brain. Rear Window is great. Also underrated. Most people don't know about that one. If you like Rear Window, watch Rope. Watch Rope. That's another one. One continuous cut. They had to change reels when they went behind movie curtains, or the curtains, but it's one continuous take from a visual standpoint. Great movie. Very underrated movie is Rope. That's a Hitchcock movie. If you like Hitchcock, you like Rear Window, there you go. Go watch Rope. Great movie. All right. That's it. Let's give away today's Swole card. Yeah, nice little movie chat. We haven't talked about movies in a while. It's all good. All right, Swole Privilege. Here we go. Bishes. Time to give away a Swole card. Music time. Swole Privilege. Oh, scroll. No. Oh, my mouse disappeared. Zeros. Falcon, one more time. Still got some time to land on it. Winner. Chicken dinner. Nick Story. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Fire in the hole. Nick, congratulations. Send us an email to supportsenormous.com. Swole card 2312 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email, and we will get you that amazing fucking card. Congratulations. Let's nut this beesh. Falcon, take us away again. Unreal. Well done. We'll take some soundboard requests. Go enjoy the rest of your day, you sexy beeshes. Congratulations. Congratulations. Another great comedy is The Burbs. A little Tom Hanks action. 80s movies are the best. 80s movies are the best.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
I fart in your general direction.
What happened to your queer party friends?
I better use my strong hand.
Set! Hadouken!
Crucifixion is good. Out of the door, line on the left, one cross each.
Dodson! We've got Dodson here!
90s movies are badass too, by the way. Tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time, we'll see you at the accountability meeting. That's right, baby. Yeah, buddy. Sick games. Making sick games.
Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night.
Fucking nailed it. Let's go.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Here we go. Whip it out. No hands, fam. Nice trip down memory lane today. Very, very nice. Let's fucking go. All right, fam. Thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow, accountability meeting. Let's get that over here. Accountability meeting, new releases tomorrow, September 5, 12 noon Eastern time. Be there for that. Join the fam, swolenormousx.com. And we'll see you at the meeting. Brand new releases, of course. You're welcome. Heidi, Tyler, Vinny, Loretta, everyone. Staying to the end. Cerny, of course. We're all the way in. Balls are slapping. We're deep. Go enjoy the rest of your day. I guess it's Labor Day weekend, so those of you that have a day off, maybe a rare day off, of course, enjoy. Get some sun in your nips. Get a little nice mobility, some swolga in the sun, some yoga in the sun. Go swing a club. Go pull a sled. Go play with your kids. Go enjoy the day. Eat a steak. If you're going to a barbecue, don't dig into all that garbage. Bring a steak. Bring your own steak. Throw that shit on the grill and fucking feast, but feast on amazing, delicious food. My recommendation. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow for the accountability meeting. We'll give away a mystery card. We have new releases. We'll talk shop. And of course, we'll be back here on Tuesday for Tainty Tuesday. Thanks for being here, fam. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies. You